So Monday. Today we're going to be talking about serratus anterior, otherwise known as the gills. No one really calls them the gills, but it's also what people refer to as when they don't know what muscle is really giving them that rib cage appearance. What it really is these stripes of muscles. It's called serratus anterior. So what do we know about it? We know it's a silly muscle. And what I mean by that is not like other muscles. Most muscles have one belly. This is made up of 8, 9, 7, just depends on genetics, bellies, but it's referred to as one specific muscle. We can see it originates on the lateral aspect of the ribs. Like I said, 7, 8, 9. It could be different amount of ribs. Most people it's between 8 or 9, but sometimes it can be even less than that. As you can see, it goes under the scapula and inserts on the vertebral border of the scapula. The muscle starts out as a superficial muscle and then goes into a deep under the bone of the scapula. So what does this muscle do? It primarily does one thing and assists with two things. It primarily does protraction, which is the opposite of retraction. So bringing your shoulders forward, backwards, forward. You're activating your serratus anterior when you do that. It also assists with upward rotation of the scapula. So bringing your arm above your head is going to bring that scapula into a rotating form. And it's also going to assist with keeping the scapula up against the rib cage to prevent tilting. Now, here's the tricky part. Do I recommend doing an exercise directly to this muscle? No. Am I going to recommend you not to do an exercise specifically for this muscle? No. There's only one scenario I'd really truly recommend you doing your serratus anterior training, just because whenever you're doing any form of abduction, shoulder flexion, or even going into a bench press, just going to that end range motion and push it, unracking it, you're going to be working serratus anterior plenty. As you can see here, this back looks pretty even, a little lopsided, but that's just a muscular imbalance. When you look over here, you can see his left shoulder blade kind of sticks out more. You see this line right through here versus over here, and you can tell from the way his rib almost looks like it's curving that there's something wrong. What this is called winging. This is the only scenario where I recommend serratus anterior training, because it's going to help prevent that winging. It's going to keep that scapula stabilized up against the thoracic cavity. Pretend you're looking at it from an above view. This is your rib cage. This is a normal scapula. It's nice and smooth up against it, but a wing scapula is going to bring the vertebral border off of the rib cage. So this line over here is what's going on. It's pushing through the skin. So what training a serratus anterior exercise is going to be doing is helping keeping that vertebral border pulled down, just because we know it inserts onto that border. So strengthening that muscle is going to essentially bring your posture back into correct form. As you can see here, here's the winging from a side view versus no winging from a side view. It helps flatten the back. It's going to help give you a better posture with a better scapular movement, meaning all exercises are going to be better.